Hello and welcome to Phoenix Point. In this quick video, we are going to be taking a brief look at Blood and Titanium, the first post-launch DLC for Phoenix Point. In order to take advantage of the DLC content, you will need to start a new game and ensure that you have the Blood and Titanium DLC activated from the new game screen. At the same time as the DLC release, there is also going to be a difficulty balance patch, so it is recommended that all players start a new game to take advantage of the new difficulty settings. Alongside the balance patch and the DLC, we're also releasing a free content update which is available to all players. Just as with the DLC content, you will need to start a new game for this to take effect, but one of the things added in this free content patch are the Forsaken. The Forsaken are a sub-faction of the Disciples of Anu, who were exiled for taking their mutations too far. The soldiers of the Forsaken are fully mutated, and you will often face off against them in scavenging missions and haven defences. The main feature of the Blood and Titanium DLC is the ability to augment your soldiers with bionic parts. In order to do this, go to the personnel screen and you will now see the mutation button has been replaced with augmentations. Heading into this section, you will see the Disciples of Anu mutations that you can get in the base game, which still require mutagens in order to activate, but we also have a Bionics tab. The Bionics will give us access to the bionic augmentations. Instead of requiring mutagens, the augmentations require tech and materials, and they also work a little differently. Bionic augmentations don't have the ability to heal. Because they're completely mechanical, they have to be repaired. Repairing damaged bionic parts requires more materials and tech. If you happen to run out of resources, you won't be able to repair the bionic augmentations. There are currently 9 different bionic augmentations, 3 heads, 3 torsos, and 3 legs. As per the Disciples of Anu mutations, you can apply 2 of these to a soldier at any one time. Let's go through and take a look at what some of these augmentations are. First of all, looking at the headpieces, we have the Clarity Head. This gives us immunity to mind control. It also gives us bleed immunity, and viral, poison, and paralysis resistance. However, it is vulnerable to acid. We also have the Disruptor Head. This has its own ability called Neural Disruption, which will disrupt a target for 1 turn, causing it to become disoriented and unable to use will point abilities. Again, because this is a bionic augmentation, it has bleed immunity, viral, poison, and paralysis resistance, as well as being vulnerable to acid. And finally, we have the Echo Head. The Echo Head has night vision and gives us no penalty for dark environments. Also, all weapons used with the Echo Head are silent, and again, the same bionic augmentation giving those resistances and immunities to damage. Moving on from the heads, we have the torsos. The Juggernaut torso gives us the ability to extend an energy shield much like those of the Arthron, that we can use to provide some directional cover. It also allows us to breach walls and solid objects by just walking through them, much like some of the larger enemies in Phoenix Point can do. And again, it has that same immunity and resistance to various different damage types. Next, we have the Neural Torso. This gives us the Heavy Lifter perk. Double weight can be carried without causing a movement penalty. And finally, we have the Vengeance Torso. This gives us melee weapon proficiency and makes us proficient with all melee weapons, and also our melee attacks cost 1 action point less, to a minimum of 1 action point. Finally, we have the legs. We have the Armadillo legs. They're immune to goo. Goo does not trap or restrict our movement, and they have landing shock absorption. We do not take fall damage no matter what height we land from. Then we have the propeller legs. These essentially give us a rocket leap ability. Not quite as powerful as the jet jump of the Heavy, but useful all the same. And finally, we have the Mirage legs. These give us the Shadow Step ability, and they do not activate enemy overwatch. While you are restricted to only having 2 bionic augmentations at any one time, you can mix and match a bionic augmentation with a mutation. These bionic augmentations can be simply classified as a heavy, medium, and light head, a heavy, medium, and light torso, and heavy, medium, and light legs. We can have a look at the models in further detail. Here you can see the Clarity head, the Juggernaut torso, and the Armadillo legs. These are essentially all of the heavier bionic augmentations. Here you can see the Disruptor head, the Neural torso, and the propeller legs. As the Neural torso is an exoskeleton, it also has the new Jericho Technician exoskeleton arms. And finally, we have the Echo head, the Vengeance torso, and the Mirage legs. Another major addition to the Blood and Titanium DLC are the Pure. The Pure are a new Jericho sub-faction that are able to use all 3 bionic augmentations. Here on the left we can see a soldier using the Juggernaut torso with that shield deployed. The Pure have their own storyline for you to complete, along with some additional cinematics. Much like the Forsaken, the Pure can be encountered in scavenging missions as well as Haven defense missions. While soldiers with bionic augmentations do have a decent amount of armor, remember they are vulnerable to acid. A new equipment addition in Blood and Titanium is the Zeus EMP grenade. The EMP grenades do extra damage to bionic units, along with reducing their willpower. This video just covers the main features of the Blood and Titanium DLC, but there are lots of little additions for you to discover on your own, through research and through story-based missions. Blood and Titanium will be available for Phoenix Point on March the 4th. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.